Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Daily Red Devil for all of your latest Manchester United transfer news and talk. Before we start today's episode, please do me a favour. If you are watching for the first time, make sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner, and give the video a like. On the show today, we are going to be talking about Gyokeres. We're going to be talking about Ollie Watkins. We're going to be talking about Bryan and Mbuemo. I'm sick to death of talking about this, but it is a new show. We are going to talk about it. And we're going to be talking about some outgoings as well. So yeah, lots and lots to get into. But before we do that, I have a question to start off today's show. And it's going to be about the transfer business so far. Now, this might seem like an obvious question, but I want to get you guys' thoughts. I want to see where we are feeling as a fan base at the moment. We see Liverpool out there signing Frimpong, signing Florian Wirtz, and signing Gyokeres in the space of, a week. We see Chelsea signing Gittins, and then the next day announcing João Pedro. How would you rate Manchester United's transfer window so far? So far, we've signed one player. Nobody's left. No striker. No goalkeeper. No midfielder. How would you rate it? Now, some might argue, well, it's because of PSR. It's because they needed to wait till July the 1st. Well, it's July the 2nd and nothing's happened. Nothing's happened. Nothing's happened. If anything, it's got quieter than it was before. And the thing we all have to remember, right, this is the most important thing. I've been very calm throughout this window so far, and I've said, have patience. The most important thing for me is that Ruben Amorim has his players ready for pre-season. Pre-season starts on Monday. Literally this coming Monday. So what, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 days from now, the players will be back at Carrington for pre-season, which means Sancho will be there, Anthony, Rashford, Garnacho, they'll all be there. And the only new face that will have come through the door will be Matheus Cunha. Now, there is one other player which has been forgotten about. Diogo Leon, he'll also be there, but that was last year. We signed him this time last year, so I'm not going to get all excited about a player we signed 12 months ago now finally coming to the club. Hopefully he does well. Hopefully he's the player that we need in that left back position. But I think he's 18, 19. He's only ever played football in the Paraguayan league. He might not be ready. I don't know. I don't know the answer. But in short, we have one player through the door, and it's not good enough. It's not good enough, and I think, especially when you look around and you see all these other teams around us making such incredible business. Chelsea, for example, they literally signed 2 players in the space of 24 hours. They've already got about 15 attacking players, and they signed Gittins and they signed João Pedro in the space of 24 hours. How? How? They've just got competent people running the club, and the Chelsea fans don't like their owners. That's the mad thing, isn't it? The Chelsea fans think that their owners aren't very good. Who's this? Someone banging at the door. Hold on. Hopefully he just leaves it on the doorstep. Yeah, he has. All right. That's early, isn't it? Amazon's on an early one today. Anyway, let's get back to the show. So yeah, I just really, really feel like some business needs to happen, and it needs to happen soon or now, because at the moment it is just dragging on and on and on and on. And you know what? I'm going to say this. I can't bring news out of nowhere. I can't make Manchester United work any quicker than they are already. All right, I don't have the power to do that. So I only do one show at the moment because it would just drive me crazy if I had to do like 5 shows talking about the same thing every single day. So I do one show a day at the moment, and I bring you guys the news. And if the news hasn't changed, then I don't know what to say. But I'm going to try and bring you some new news today. So we're going to talk a little bit about a goalkeeper. This is the news we've got for you today in relation to a goalkeeper, that apparently Manchester United are in talks with Derby. Yeah, Derby County, about an 18-year-old goalkeeper. So that's what we're looking at in the goalkeeper region at the moment. An 18-year-old called Charlie Hardy. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I've never heard of him. I don't know. Has anybody ever heard of this person? Charlie Gardy? Derby were in League One last year, and we're now shopping in League One. Okay, so yeah, apparently we are going to well, sorry, it says we're in talks with Derby County. So we're actually in talks with Derby at the moment to sign an 18-year-old goalkeeper, Charlie Hardy, English goalkeeper. Okay. Not really much more I can say about that. I mean, I don't know what happened to Emi Martinez and to Stegen and Donnarumma and all these other goalkeepers we were linked to. I mean, even James Trafford, I would have taken James Trafford. You know, at least he's got Premier League experience. But yeah, so that's the goalkeeper situation. In relation to Bryan and Mbuemo, all of the news that we're getting today is that effectively Manchester United have to pay the money that Brentford want, otherwise the deal won't happen. I mean, we knew that 6 weeks ago. So I don't know why they're not just paying the money. They either are going to pay the money or are going to come out and say that the deal was too much and they walked away. But the thing that I don't understand is we need a striker as well. And pre-season starts on Monday. So is the striker going to come in before Monday as well? Like, these are the bits that I don't really get. And these are the bits that I need some help with here. Because we're still stuck in this system of we can only work on one deal at a time. It was exactly the same under John Murtough and Richard Arnold. Exactly the same. You know, where we can literally only do one deal at a time. We only seem to be able to work on one deal. Whether that's an outgoing, an ingoing, like it didn't matter. It would always be one deal every single time. And it drives me crazy. But Alex says they paid 115 million for Gittins and Pedro. I mean, I'm not gonna throw shade on Chelsea. At least they're doing business. At least they're doing business, you know. At least Chelsea are actually buying players. I mean, is that a bad deal? Gittins and Joao Pedro for 115 million. We're about to pay 130 million for Cunha and Mbuemo. I don't think that's a terrible deal. And at least they're signing people. I bet you Chelsea will go and sign a good striker now as well. You wait. Chelsea will go and sign like a world-class striker, I bet. They'll get like an Ottoman or they'll get somebody. They'll Vlahovic. They'll get someone, I bet. 100%. They've already got Liam Delap. They've already got Joao Pedro. They've already got Gittins. They've got 3 signings already. Maybe more. Am I missing somebody? Let's have a look. I feel like I'm probably missing somebody. I mean, that alone, right? Joao Pedro, Premier League proven. Liam Delap, Premier League proven. Gittins. 3 players for a team that already have an absolutely ridiculous squad. And they've got that Estavo guy as well. And they've signed a defensive midfielder. What? Crazy. I'm looking at their arrivals for this window. What? So already this window, right? This is Chelsea's business, this window. They've signed Kendry Paez. Not heard of him. They've signed Mamadou Sarr, who is a centre-back from the French league. They've signed Dario Asugo, who's a defensive midfielder from Sporting Lisbon. They've signed Estavo from Palmeiras. They've signed Liam Delap. They've signed Gittins from Dortmund. And they've signed Joao Pedro from Brighton. So they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 signings. They've got 7 signings so far, Chelsea. A team that won the Conference League and got Champions League football. And they've got 7 signings. Manchester United have 1. Chelsea have already spent... Let me just work this out for you quickly. Chelsea have spent around 225 million euros already. It's only July the 2nd. And they haven't sold anyone yet. They've spent 225 million. A team that already got Champions League football and won a trophy last season. I mean, it's mad, isn't it? Mad. People in the chat saying that they've bid for other players as well. Anyway, let's talk about Manchester United. Let's move over to... let's talk about the strikers, because at the moment, it looks like we're going for Ollie Watkins, which I've had some people in the comments saying, like, oh, how can you complain about Ollie Watkins? And I'm like, I would take Ollie Watkins, of course I would, but you go from Gyokeres, Osimhen, I mean, even Sesko to Ollie Watkins. I mean, Ollie Watkins is a good player, but he's, turning 30 in a couple of months? He's one of those players that you bring in, you give huge wages, and then he's at the club for the next 5 years. He probably starts getting injured all the time, And before you know it, you're paying ridiculous wages for somebody who's not contributing much. And that's the reality of it. And they'll have no resale value. So, I don't know. I'm not, make of it what you want, but I'm not that excited about the prospect of signing Ollie Watkins. If it was him or nothing, of course I would take him because we need a striker and we're desperate. But, I mean, how high up the order do you think Ollie Watkins actually is, realistically? 5th choice? Gyokeres was probably number 1. Then maybe Osimhen. Liam Delap was number 1, sorry. We didn't get him. So, yeah, I don't know. All right, let's see what... All right. I mean, it's just a bit of a mess, isn't it? It's a bit of a mess. But yeah, how are you guys all feeling about it this morning? Like, what's the mood? What's the mood like? I mean, to be honest, the mood just seems like everyone's just pissed off, realistically. When this story first came out about Bryan and Mbuemo about 6 weeks ago, the mood in this fan base was amazing. I've not seen anything like it in a long time. Everyone was really excited. Ineos are doing a great job. And now everyone's just like fighting each other, arguing, complaining. It's happened really, really quickly, hasn't it? And the mood is just completely dropped. We need to forget about ourselves. Like, we're not important. The people who are important here are, well, realistically, it's Amorim. Because if Amorim doesn't get the players and he fails, right, he's the one who's going to get the blame. We know it. The fans will turn on him. The fans will be like, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's clueless. Just remember this. Just bookmark this moment. We're going into pre-season tour on Monday with 1 signing and nobody has been sold. We look over at Chelsea and they've signed 7 players. Maybe that's too much. Maybe there's a limit. Maybe there's somewhere in the middle ground. 3 or 4 players is a good, healthy amount. Like, I think Chelsea is a bit extreme, personally. I'm not saying we should be like Chelsea because they don't even have enough space in their dressing room for their players. Like, we know that. We've heard that story before. But to compare, right, Chelsea are better than us. They have a better team. They have a better squad. They've got Champions League football and they won a trophy last year and they've just gone and signed 7 players. Manchester United finished 15th, have sold nobody and signed 1. So that's the competition that we're coming up against. Liverpool win the title and sign Florian Wirtz, one of the best midfielders in the world. Frimpong, one of the best wing-backs, a specialist wing-back. And they signed Gyokeres, who's a player we've been looking at for ages. A team that just won the Premier League, So, yeah, it's difficult. And I think we just have to remember this and get behind... we need to get behind the manager and we need to have his back because at the moment, I feel like they are throwing him under the bus a bit. Now, I know it's still very early days in the window, but the point I'm making here is we need the players on the pre-season tour. And when I say it's early days, right, I mean, it's not really. Our first pre-season game is in 2 weeks. Our Premier League opener is in 5 weeks against Arsenal, the team who finished 2nd last year. Probably be one of our hardest games of the season. At home, like I know this might sound stupid, right? But there's no reason why Manchester United can't win that first game of the season. If Ineos, Omar Barada, etc. had done their jobs properly and built the squad ready for that game. If we had a proper pre-season with the strikers, with the midfielders, with goalkeeper, all the positions we need, there's no reason why we can't beat Arsenal, I don't think, We're at home, first game of the season. But yeah. Right, what else have we got here? So we've spoke about Mbuemo. The striker situation. I mean, there's some stories this morning saying that Gyokeres has taken a step closer to joining Arsenal. I don't know. I think every day the Gyokeres situation changes. One day he's moving to Arsenal. The next day he's moving to Saudi. The next day he's moving to Manchester United. I don't know. I don't know what to say, really. I don't know what to say. I really don't. I think this Osimhen, this Gyokeres situation, I think a lot of it is just down to the agent trying to get a move together. I think that's actually what's going on here. I think it's more agent driven than anything else. And I think that realistically we've been sucked into this. Like Manchester United might not even be that bothered about what's he called? About Gyokeres. You know, we just don't know. We're just being led down the garden path. So, I don't know. It is frustrating, though. It is annoying. There's not really any other way to describe it. I did think a lot more of this window. I thought it would be a much bigger one than it has been so far. Hopefully that can change, you know. Hopefully something good happens in the next kind of 2 or 3 weeks. But at the moment, it's looking pretty bleak. So, yeah, I'm not going to stay on for too long. We've got a super chat in from Ant. Ant says, ultimately, this is all our fault. The fans. We caused this to happen when we didn't buy enough shares to block Malcolm Glazer's takeover. End of. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. I hear you. Let's get rid of this guy. Yeah, it's annoying, isn't it? But what do we do now? Don says, why don't we talk about is Ahmad suitable for right wing back? I think so. Yeah, I think Ahmad's suitable for right wing back. And yeah, I think Bruno can play in the pivot. I mean, we don't have any other option, do we? It's not like we have a world-class holding midfielder and Bruno Fernandes is taking his spot. Our midfield is a Casemiro who's, 33. Eriksen's gone. Toby Collier, I mean, he's a squad player at best. Mainu, who doesn't ever seem to get picked. And that's it. And Ugarte. So, yeah, I'd say he's good enough with the squad we have. I don't think he's actually good enough. Like, if a world-class central defensive midfielder came in, I would be playing them in his spot, clearly. But anyway, I'm going to wrap the video up, guys. I'm not going to sit here for too long because it's just, it does feel a little bit like a broken record at the moment with Manchester United. But thank you very much for watching. Hopefully things start to pick up a bit. Hopefully we start to get some outgoings because it is a little bit tiresome at the moment. I hope you all have a lovely Wednesday and I'll be back tomorrow. Obviously, if anything breaks, I will go live. So make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell and give the video a like. Thanks again, everybody, and I'll speak to you all later. Bye for now.